Brick fans, DJ Breaks here, back for another review. And before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. Hit that notification bell so YouTube will actually notify you when I post a new video. And smash that like button. And getting into today's review, I have a Lego Star Wars 2021 set based off the Mandalorian. It is Trouble on Tatooine. It is set number 75299. It is recommended for building ages 7 and up. It has 276 pieces and retails for $30 here in the United States. So with all the formalities out of the way, let's take a closer look at the set to see how it stacks up, starting as always with the minifigures. Okay, so take a look at the first figure of the set. It is the much anticipated and highly sought after full Beskar armor Mando. He has the gun build that we've been getting with Mando since the sets in 2019. But in this set, he also, for the first time, comes with the smaller gun to represent his basic pistol. But highlight here is the helmet. It's molded in a bright pearl silver there. And then the highlight here is he has arm printing on both arms just to get that nice look for his armor, which is nice. And you can see the back printing there too. He's got that cape, but it nicely folds out of the way. And on this side of his arm here, you can see he actually does have the Mudhorn sigil, and it's kind of Lego-fied, which I like. It's kind of cute. They did that with Drax's skulls on his torso. And he's got leg printing. Also, there is no head of Pedro Pascal's likeness underneath there. It's just a black head. So I'm thinking Lego didn't get the reference in time for them to get face print for him, and that's why we don't have it. But that does it for. And the next figure up is the Tuscan Raider. This is the exact same design that we got last year in the 2020 sets. You get some nice back torso printing here. His accessory is the gaffy stick. We've seen this multiple times before, the exact same build. They just change up the coloration ever so slightly, and this differs from the other ones, and I like that because it gives you a chance to army build your Tuscan Raiders. That head mold is nothing new. We've been getting it since 2015, and you can see the printing continues onto the legs, but that does it for the Tuscan Raider. And last but certainly not least, we have the child, baby Yoda, Grogu, whatever you want to call him. How Lego chose to represent baby Yoda, I think, works. I would have liked to have seen a new mold, but maybe they were constrained on budget, because that headpiece is a brand new mold. Well, not brand new. We got it last year in 2020, but it's still a relatively new set. New piece, I mean. And the rest of the figure is the baby body mold that we've been getting since I want to say 2016, and it just has a tiny little torso print representing his outfit. But that does it for Grogu. Included in the set, you get a speeder for Mando, you get a Ballista, and you get a little tent for the Tuscan Raiders village. And we're going to start by looking at the first thing you build, which is Mando's speeder. So taking a look at Mandalorian's speeder here, it's a fairly nice but compact build with some interesting techniques, particularly here with all the little pieces here representing greebling and whatnot, just to represent parts of the ship. And it's actually not symmetrical on both sides because you do have this lever here representing a little bit more. I do like how this rod is just attached to this new snot, 1x1 snot piece, and it's just sitting there, which is really a nice part usage. And then coming towards the front of the speeder here, you got a nice little handlebars here. You got poles leading all the way down here to kind of represent the front of the spear. It's kind of built nicely. It's built with a hinge piece here, which allows you to angle it. It's supposed to be at that angle, but you can get it all the way back there, and it all depends on how you want it to look. And this can actually veer up like that if you want to. And towards the back here, you have a satchel on one side to represent some luggage. And then here on this side, you got this baby carrier piece that got introduced a while back. But this is supposed to represent the sack on the speeder that Grogu fits into. And then right here is where you fit Mando into and clip on either side to store Mando's blasters, which I love to see. I love to see whenever they incorporate clips to hold weapons so kids don't lose them. But let me get Mando situated in this. So you can clip one blaster on that side, and you can clip one blaster on the other side like that. And Mando just can sit here, and his cape's gonna billow out, which is something I not a fan of, but there. And you can get his hands approximately to look like he's holding the handles, but you can't actually get him to clip onto him. And then Baby Yoda fits in the same way. You just kind of plop him in there, and he fits snugly and nicely too. Okay, so slight correction here. You can get Mando's hands clipped to the handles, but something happens. It pulls this up towards the back, and you kind of have to finagle it. Kind of have Mando kind of barely just sitting on there, so it doesn't do that. But you'd have to finagle it. But that does it for the speeder. Then next you build the Tuscan Raider's encampment here, which is nice. I mean, it's only half the tent here, but they do use some nice snot techniques and hinge plates to get it shaped up. And that just spoiled one of the big features of this, is you can fold this open for a little bit more play if you want. And in here you get a couple seats to pose minifigures with. You get a pot with a bone in it just sitting there. You get something representing a dish or whatnot. It's all up to how you decide to play. You get a little fireplace out here in the front, and then Also, like the Mando speeder, you get a little clip here which can hold the gaffy stick if you want, which again I like because that just helps you helps kids not lose stuff. But you can fold it back up, and my only gripe with this is the big gaps of the tent here instead of having it more enclosed. But I suppose just due to the amount of pieces they are constrained to, this is what they could do. Last but not least, you build this ballista. It's a fairly nice recreation of what we saw in the show. It uses quite a few interesting techniques to create this wheel out front. How it creates the bows of the ballista and the strings of making it look like it can be pulled back and whatnot. You do have a couple of ratcheted hinge plates to represent the base of the ballista here, but you have a clear 2x2 here just so it's nice and stable. You have a similar version of the ratchet and trigger to launch the ballista here, and what's incorporated into it is this spring-loaded shooter in silver, and you do get an extra one, but just if you've never seen a spring-loaded shooter before, you just lightly tap on it and it'll go flying. So that's why they give you an extra one, but it's fairly easy to reload. And that does it for the ballista. You can look at the extra pieces here. Fairly standard. A couple Technics, one of these nice levers, and that all gray color flame piece, a couple of the stamps in gray, and as stated with the ballista, you do get one extra shot in case you lose it, and you do get an extra bone piece as well, which is super nice. But that does it for the extra. So taking a quick look at the box, it's the standard Star Wars box type we've been getting since 2019, though they started something last year where all the Mandalorian stuff has a Lego-ized Mando up there in the corner instead of Darth Vader. We got a nice product shot of the box of the set, and set specs there. Down here you got the minifigure call out as well as the Mandalorian and the child, just in case you forgot what this was based off of. On the actual size at the top of the box here we have Beskar Mando sporting actual size, and on the back of the box we have a little bit more of features of what you can do with the set. And that does it for the box. This page we got the figures for each of the sets for winter 2021. You do have this issue that people pointed out of Luke's lightsaber being the wrong color here, and the the black hand is on the wrong hand, and there is the parts page, and you do have the win on the back of the instructions with the clockwork robot. Another issue with the manual here is Darth Vader's here in the corner instead of Mando, and that doesn't correlate with the rest of the Mandalorian sets from 2020 where they all had it, because the instructions here are supposed to match the cover for the box art. So that does it for my final verdict for this set. Going into it, the builds, while they're nothing special, they got some nice techniques, some nice part usage. The speeder in particular, I don't like how Mando pretty much almost breaks the speeder, or has to be barely on the speeder to make him fit on the handlebars. And while I do like the storage on it, I wish there was like a stud shooter or something put onto it to further enhance play, because the Tuscan Raiders have something to shoot at. They also have the stunt. So most of the build here is more scenario playouts than actual battles and whatnot. But I can see a kid still having a lot of fun with that. Figure wise, Beskar Mando, we've been waiting on him for a year now, so good to get him. Good to get him a nice cheap set, as well as Grogu here. Also nice to see him in a cheap set. He's only appeared previously in like the big 100+ sets, and there was a small quality issue, as I stated. The box has the Legoized Mando, but the instructions has Darth Vader, which is very unsporting of Lego to not make sure that was right on point. So all in all, $30 for the set. It feels right to me. You get enough of a build here. You get like 3 separate builds to play with. You get Beskar Mando, you get Baby Yoda, you get both of them in a nice cheap set. It just feels like you get your money's worth with this set, so I highly recommend it. If you're a huge Mando fan, or your kid is, recommend this for purchase, considering all the aforementioned reasons. But all in all, this set gets an 8.5 out of 10 from me, and I hope you like this review. If you did, comment below what you think of this set, and as always, you keep on building, I'll keep building, and I will see you in the next review.